Good evening. Happy Sunday and happy Father's Day to all of the dads out there and a lot of the single moms who play dad. Happy Father's Day to you as well. So I just want to pop on and say hello and make sure that you guys had a happy Father's Day. I had a pretty good Father's Day. Missed my oldest daughter today, but that's all right. We'll see her soon. So, how in the world are you guys doing? I just wanted to also announce that tomorrow at 12 noon, I have Mr. Mark Victor Hansen and his amazing and beautiful wife, Crystal, that are going to be joining me on Amazon Live tomorrow at 12 noon to talk about their book, Ask: The Bridge from Your Dreams to Your Destiny. Let me say hi to some folks here. Larry Schneider, how in the world are you, brother? Good to see you. Scott Ricard is in the house. Happy Father's Day to you, fellas. Victoria, how in the world are you, Victoria? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Mr. Doug Wing, mine was okay as well, buddy. I appreciate this guy. Look for Doug and I this week. We are going to be doing a live stream together this week, doing a free giveaway, couple of free giveaways. So make sure you watch for us. You'll have the opportunity to win a lifetime membership to the Grow Live Academy, as well as a free Little Giant, brand new Little Giant ladder. So the King Combo, I believe, is what we're doing. And you will enjoy that if you win for sure. Patricia Watson, thank you. It's so good to see you here. Larry Schneider, thank you for sharing this, brother. Kellen Ann, what's happening? What is happening? Yes, and I just hung up with Mark and Crystal. We will be live tomorrow on Amazon at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. The link to it is in my Facebook profile. I'll be putting it in other places as well, like Instagram and LinkedIn and my fan page on Facebook as well. So keep an eye out for that information. Susan Day, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hello and good morning to you, Nancy, in the Philippines. So how in the world are you guys doing? How was your day today? What did you do to improve your life? What did you do? What did you do to improve the life of someone else today? Gina Taylor, it's been a while. Hey, I am so happy that you're here. Thank you for joining. Jason Alt, my brother, happy Father's Day to you as well. Thank you. So, every day it is my goal to improve the lives of others around me. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't look to improve the life of me. I do. I look to improve the life of me, but I also look to improve to make life better for other people. And, as a result of that, Mark Victor Hansen, I'm not just saying this. Mark Victor Hansen, who is the #1 best-selling author on planet Earth with Chicken Soup for the Soul. He's sold over 500 million copies of that book, of all of his books. Him and his wife are really super, super, super good friends of mine, and I'm so grateful for these two. They are mentors of mine. They are friends of mine. I talk to Mark at least once or twice a week on the phone. And we've had some long, very, very in-depth, good conversations. It's been amazing. And it's, I think they see that I genuinely try to help other people. I genuinely do. I have a thing with Judge Ken Starr, the guy that you guys, I think a lot of you saw that I had Judge Starr on my show recently. And hey, Paul Williams, happy Father's Day to you too, brother. Good to see you. Just got back from I saw your trips. That looked amazing. Looked like you had a good time. That's so awesome. So awesome, Victoria. Ben Gay the Third. There is a legend right there, folks. Ben Gay is a legend. Make sure you're following that guy. He is a cool cat. Yes, entire audience. I just started reading it. It is such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful book. It really is a great book. And it is right. Hang on. So check this out. So this is the book that Mark and Crystal will be talking about tomorrow on Amazon Live. It's a hardback book. I think they have it in paperback now too. Great, fantastic, amazing book. Everybody must read it. But check this out. So Judge Starr, Ken Starr, is he was referred to me to be on my show by Mark Victor Hansen. And so I had Judge Starr on. We had a great conversation. I'm going to be doing some Amazon Lives with him for his new book as well, which is right here. Oh, whoa. We don't want that to happen. We do not want that to happen. Trust me. Judge Starr's book is Religious Liberty in Crisis. And this is all about how the states overstepped the governors overstepped. It's about government overreach and some of the things that happened. I won't go into it all. You can check out the book. It's absolutely a phenomenal book. And even better than that, Judge Ken Starr is an amazing human being. I mean, absolutely. He worked on the Reagan administration. He worked on the George H.W. Bush administration. He was a federal prosecutor, I believe, a federal judge. Paul noticed my AC/DC shirt. Oh, yo, dude, your book is going to hit bestseller list #1 on Amazon. Here's my prediction: #1 on Amazon the very first day that it's on Amazon and available. Hey, Darlene, thank you for the Father's Day wishes. So, and thank you, Patricia. I do help. I do. I give it everything I have to help other people. So, hey, Paul, not only is it AC/DC, but it's Back in Black, dude. I mean, come on. Arguably the best album they ever did. So anyway, Heart, welcome from the Philippines. So Judge Starr is a phenomenal person, and he says to me, hey, I'm going to be in Columbus, Ohio for a wedding, and would you like to take some action on this and set up a private book signing in someone's home where I'm going to be one of the hosts, the main host of this event for Judge Starr and his wife. And Judge Kenneth Starr is going to come, and it's a very, very exclusive invitation only event where he's going to come and sign books. And It's going to be one, and he's going to do a presentation, and he's going to shake hands and take pictures with folks. And I, I'm telling you, I am so beyond honored that he would ask me to do that. And I have my good friend, Senator Kevin Bacon, not the actor, the senator, that is helping me put all this together. And we're going to have Judge Star, a private event, which is mind blowing. That it's just mind blowing. I mean, this guy was the Solicitor General. The Solicitor General, which I didn't even know was a thing, but it's like it's it's a title within the U.S. government. He was the guy that prosecuted or pled cases before the Supreme Court. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And I'm going to be hanging out with this guy and doing a private event with him. And I'm beyond grateful that this is all happening. And it's all from, I truly believe that it's from years and years and years of genuinely caring about and helping other people. I mean, it's absolutely mind-blowing to me. So and there's so many other amazing things happening, so many other amazing things that are occurring. And I am just blown away with gratitude. I'm blown away with gratitude, and I hope and pray for you. See, I truly feel that if I get into a bad mood, if I get into a bad place emotionally, first I had to get there with my thoughts. And those thoughts are generally going to be around the fact that I'm not getting my way with something, or I'm feeling insecure about myself. And so I get into a bad place about what's going on around me. Well, I can tell you for a fact that the human mind is incapable of holding two thoughts at the same time. So if I do the work of really working my butt off to control my conscious thoughts, control what I'm thinking, and you can control your thoughts. You're not incapable of controlling your thoughts. You can live in a place of gratitude. We all can. Some of us choose not to. Some of us choose to stay a victim. Some of us want to, what does your bad face mood look like? I can't even. I can't. I get there, trust me. But when we stop, when we turn off it's difficult, because I have to sometimes sit back and go, okay, what's happening right now? If maybe it's a person or an event that's occurring that's really sending me down the wrong road mentally, I have to sit back and go, okay, I feel the emotions well up inside of me, the anger, the whatever. I can go from 0 to really ticked off really, really fast. Or, there was somebody that I left a message for on their voicemail not long ago, and I still haven't received a phone call back. And I was thinking about that today, and I thought, my first thought was, excuse me, how dare you ignore my phone call and not return my voice? Like, I left you a voicemail and it was something to benefit you, not me. I'm already benefiting from it. Like, it's to benefit you on a big scale. And I just thought, you know what? Not my problem. Not my problem. I have to learn to disconnect from, like, taking things personal, right? It's one of the 4 agreements that Don Miguel Ruiz wrote about in his book, The 4 Agreements, is don't take them personal. Just don't take things personal. People have their own crap. They have their own stuff they're dealing with. Some people, it drives me crazy to hear, and it does. And this is about me. Hey, Kathy Roberts, I had a wonderful Father's Day. Thank you. Here's an example. Daggone it, I had it and I just lost it when I said hey to Kathy Roberts. I lost it. Pam Aubrey, thank you. That is so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate it. I've had a great Father's Day. And if you guys can't see it, make sure you go to 100livestreamsecrets.com and download my ebook. It's free. How do you intentionally choose not to take things personal? What is your process? Well, for example, I can always tell my level of peace and serenity when I'm driving. When I'm driving, I can tell where I am, because everything can tick me up. Did you know that they make brand new cars in 2021? I would say in the last few years, I've seen multiple cars on the road that were manufactured in the last few years that did not come with turn signals. Did you know that? They actually are making cars that don't have turn signals. I know that this is true because I've been behind several of these vehicles recently that apparently they did not manufacture these particular cars with turn signals. Who knew? So, I just think you guys know what I'm talking about. You get behind some idiot and you're like, you're watching Ken Walls live on Facebook. I'm kidding. You better not be driving and doing that. But you're like going along and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to rear end this. And you have to slam on the brakes because some idiot is turning left in front of you and they don't have a turn signal on because their version of that vehicle didn't come with turn signals. That's how I process it. I just go, oh, sweet. They don't have turn signals. I know they would have used it if they had it. So apparently they don't have it. And I just move on with my day, or maybe I also think maybe they're going through something that's leaving them very absent-minded at the moment. Maybe they're going through a divorce, or they've lost a spouse, or something terrible has happened and they're just very absent-minded and not, Glenn Morshower and I talk about this a lot. There are people on this planet who are very unaware. They're very unaware. Incredibly unaware of anything. They're impervious to the fact that, is that the word? They're not aware of the fact that there are actually other human beings on planet Earth besides them. Do you know anybody like that? I might know a couple. Right. It's an option to use the turn signals. I might know a couple of people like that, but that's okay. Like, look, if we were all the same, it would be a rather boring world. If everybody in the world was a Republican, it would be boring. If everybody was a Democrat, it would be boring. We're all different. We all are different. And we have to be able to see the differences and just accept them. You can't, otherwise you're going to walk around angry all the time. And who wants to be like that? Yeah, it's an upgrade option. Pam said I was just driving and listening. That's funny. Who wants to be angry all the time? Or worse than angry, how about resentful? Who wants to be resentful all the time? Nobody. Thank you, Jim Weaver. Happy Father's Day to you. Who wants to be angry and resentful? Now, I know people who from the outside looking in, it looks like they want to be really pissed off at everybody all the time. But here's what I know. I know that deep down inside, behind every resentment, behind every outburst of anger, the underlying cause is fear. They're just simply afraid in some way, some form, some fashion. There is a fear in there. For my example of the guy with no turn signals on his vehicle, brand new vehicle, brand new, didn't come with turn signals. And you almost slam into the guy and you get really ticked off, right? Yeah, you lay on your horn. What are you really angry about? Let's analyze this. Besides the fact that some idiot didn't use their turn signal, what else are you angry about? Maybe you suddenly experience fear of, you have your kids in the car with you and you could have had a crash and people could have gotten hurt. Maybe you suddenly experience the fear of self-righteous indignation, where all of a sudden you elevate yourself above everybody else on planet Earth and you say, well, I'm smarter than them, obviously, so because I don't make mistakes like forgetting to turn my turn signal on. So I'm smarter than this person, and as a result, I'm just going to be angry with them because they're dumb and I'm not, which is really dumb, ironically, to think like that. But or maybe it's hey Tom Ginn, happy Father's Day to you. A COVID vehicle. I don't get that, Victoria. Maybe it's some fear of something else going on with you. But in the what is the book? Is it A Course in Miracles? Huge, thick book. Take you a year and a half to read it and study it and understand everything in it. But it's to summarize one big part of it. It says in there that everything we experience or feel as human beings can be subcategorized under one of two things, and two things only. Anybody want to take a guess at what those two things are? Or should I just wait until maybe tomorrow night and come back on and tell you guys what those two things are? A Course in Miracles says that everything we as human beings experience can be subcategorized under one of these two different things. Anybody care to take a guess at what those two things are? I've been reading A Course in Miracles for over a year and only about halfway through. It is an insanely humongous volume of a lot of wisdom. I mean, a lot of wisdom. Okay. No cliffhangers. I won't be able to sleep. Susan, you're close. You're close. Jim, I wish I could say you were close, but you're not close. Here it is. Ready? Love and fear. Love and fear. And I believe that to be true. Everything we experience as humans can be subcategorized under love or fear. Love or fear. That's right, Muhammad. Love or fear. And so when you step back and you say, okay, like think about things like, or both. Think about things. How you doing, Brad Schroeder? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. Ernest, thank you. Happy Father's Day. Donovan Blanks is in the house. Happy Father's Day, my brother. Good to see you. Love or fear? That's what is driving people in this world. So somebody cuts you off on the road, you immediately go to fear 100% of the time. We all do. It's not unusual for us to immediately have a fearful response, which is going to be anger sometimes. It's going to be, I mean, you know, depending on how bad it is, and if you fishtailed all over the road and felt like you almost died, then it could be an emotion of sobbing, crying, and or whatever. It could be a lot of things that are triggered and happen, and that's all because of that fear. But what if, this is a big what if you could get yourself into a place spiritually where you were able to respond with love? See, love and fear at the same time can't happen. Can't happen. Cannot happen. Taiba, thank you so much. I had a wonderful day. Thank you. Thank you, Parisa. Thank you. If something bad occurs, if you know, we can control our emotions. We can. But if you're walking around, you know, pissed off and thinking you can, how can it not happen simultaneously? Well, first off, the human mind is incapable of holding two thoughts at the same time. Scientifically impossible. I'm not saying that you can't go. Everybody would go to fear first. Everybody on the planet. And if they said they wouldn't, they'd lie to you about other things as well. So, you know, if you say, I still got to know, did you visit Cali? No, I did not. And we were in Sandusky yesterday. We took the Jet Express out to Put-in-Bay. That was a lot of fun. So, which we've been up there tons and tons of times, but so I'm not like when something happens and it's quick, your immediate reaction will be fear-based immediately, but then you can replace that immediately, instantaneously with love. Let me think of an example. On 9/11, there was a story I read of a guy that was heading to work on 9/11 and had his son in the back seat. Some things went wrong that morning that he couldn't get his son ready. I forget what happened, but the context of the story was he was running late for work, and his son was in the daycare of the World Trade Center. He was taking him to the daycare center, and he worked up on one of the floors high up in the World Trade Center, and he was running really far behind for work that day. And he was really, the story that he told was he was really upset that he was going to be really late for work. And, you know, you've been late for an appointment. You've been late for work. We all have, right? You've been late getting somewhere. And that feeling of, oh God, I feel like, you know, I feel like I'm, you know, maybe I'm going to get fired or people are going to judge me or whatever it is that causes you to experience that emotion. That guy was experiencing all of that day. And then he heard on the radio what happened. And he went from being really upset to He was very, 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 very sad that a lot of his coworkers were killed that day. But he also had a sense of gratitude that he wasn't there with his little boy in the daycare center. So when you can go from a place of being really upset to being in a place of gratitude and love, it's a shift, and it can be an instantaneous shift. If someone is scared to death to love someone so deeply, if someone is scared to death to love someone so deeply, knowing if it didn't work out, their sorrow would match the level of their love. If someone is scared to death to love someone so deeply, knowing if it didn't work out, I'm not tracking with that, dude. I'm not following. I'm not tracking. I'm sorry. I'm not following what you're trying to say there, brother. I'm sorry. That seems you would have love and fear simultaneously. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you're in control of what you feel, is what I'm saying. You can change that. You have to reframe it. You have to reframe it, and you have to do it quickly. You don't have to. You can walk around and be miserable. You can walk around and look for and again, perspective. Yes. Look, there are people that hit my live streams and have many, many times that are on here just to see if they can catch me messing something up or prove me wrong. And dude, I don't do prove me wrong, man. I don't care. I like it good for you. I've been that person that I'm going to win this argument. And there's an old saying, would you rather be happy or would you rather be right? And for me, I'd rather be happy. Like if somebody wants to be argumentative, let them argue. Do you know what it takes for an argument to occur? This is straight out of Grant Cardone's book. You know what it takes? It takes two parties, two, to be in disagreement. If I agree with you, argument's over. Nothing like 9/11, but so many times was I running late or not at the pace I wanted to be, only to accidents that could have easily been involved in. Exactly. Gratitude is the switch that turns on. Amen, dude. Amen. Amen and amen and amen. To Brad's point, if you're in the fear, that's different from knowing you are always in love. We are filled with it. Each cell of our body is filled with the essence of love. I agree with Ken. Fear of being hurt is normal, but we don't have to stay in it. Absolutely. Fear of being hurt is very, very normal. But there are people that are living in fear that it's stopping them from everything great in life. And they could be minor fears. They could be huge fears. But the bottom line is those fears, some fears are healthy. Some fears are healthy. Standing too close to a fire is unhealthy. It can, if you're real close, it can be real unhealthy, like death unhealthy. So there are certain fears that are healthy, but there are other fears that people are living their lives by. And I've been there. I've been there where my job was to go out and knock on 50 doors every single day. Business to business, knock on doors every single day to set up appointments, to collect business cards, to fill up the hopper with names and numbers of people that I can call and get appointments with to sell something to them. 50 every day. And I would go out first thing in the morning and I would think, well, you know what, before I go knocking on these doors, I need a good cup of coffee. I'm going to have to go find a good cup of coffee. And so, well, that I'm not stopping at that gas station to get a good cup of coffee. This is back before Starbucks. So I'm not stopping there. I'm going to go down. Well, you know what? Let me go down to the other side of town. That's where the best cup of coffee is, just to go down there. And then, oh no, that looks like they're too busy there. Let me go over here to the other side of town, because I know there's a good cup of coffee over there. And everybody knows that to knock on doors, you have to have a good cup of coffee first. So I'm going to go knock on doors after I get a good cup of coffee. And then I finally get my good cup of coffee. And I'm like, woo, that was really good. And back then I smoked cigarettes. Well, I got to have a cigarette. I mean, I just had some coffee. I got to have a cigarette now. And then now, oh God, now I smell like cigarettes. That's not going to be good knocking on doors. I better go back over to the gas station and get some gum or something to freshen my breath up and get rid of some of that cigarette smoke. And well, now it's time for another cigarette, so I'm going to go have another cigarette, and then and then you know what? It's 11:30. I mean, everybody's getting ready for lunch now. I better go ahead and grab some lunch, and then right after lunch, man, I am on it. I am on it. I am on it. I'm going to go knock on doors after that. But let me go find, where can I go get some lunch in this town that I'm in? Let's see. Let's go over here. And then after lunch, you have a long lunch. I mean, I work hard. I deserve to have a long lunch. I shouldn't have to just do a 30-minute lunch. Let's do an hour and a half. So now it's 1:30 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And okay. You know what? I always enjoy a good cup of coffee after lunch. I'm going to go back over there and get another cup of coffee. And then finally at 2 o'clock, you're ready to start knocking on doors, and you go out to the neighborhood or the business complex. You're going to knock on doors, and you get there and you go, okay, I'm here. And you look up and down the plaza that you're looking at all the doors, and you're like, which one should I go to first? Well, and you sit there and you analyze each and every door, and you watch customers and people coming in and out of them, and you think, oh man, they don't look very happy coming out of there. I don't want to knock on that door. It looks like they're sending miserable people out of there. I better not go knock on that door. So I'm going to knock on this other door over here, and where it looks like people are smiling coming out of there, they're happy, and I'm going to knock on that one. Then somebody's rude to you when you do walk in, and you're like, yeah, maybe I better go back to my car and make sure I got all my paperwork in order. And it's a cycle. It's a cycle. And I've been in that cycle where the hardest door to get to is your car door, to open it and get out and go knock on that first door. And it's all fear, 100% fear. There have been times when I said, I am not going out cold calling, because I mean, people die from that stuff. Did you hear about the guy that got shot? I never heard about a guy getting shot, but somebody told me they heard about a guy getting shot while knocking on doors or cold calling. But, like, we make all these things up in our head. And Dr. Joe Dispenza says this, and I love this. And he says that the average human being has around 60,000 thoughts per day. And that 90+% of those thoughts are the same exact thoughts we had yesterday. Same exact thoughts. And we're telling ourselves these stories all day long. We're telling ourselves these stories. And guess what? They put these things on your head, and they can track what your mind's doing, whatever. They have scientific evidence that the stories that we're telling ourselves, those thoughts we're having over and over and over every single day, that more than 50% of them are lies. We're making them up. We're embellishing them. Why? Why do we do that? Why do we do that as human beings? Why do we do that? Is it because we all are seeking, we're dying, starving for attention? What is it? Why are we telling ourselves the same stories over and over and over and over, and embellishing them? Allowing these fears to run amok in our minds and create this lack of action And do you want to hear something? And I know that you guys know this. I know you know this. Tom Ginn, been there on that one. Absolutely. Sandy Archer, hello. Hello, Sandy. Jamie Green, thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed your Father's Day, and Matt had a great Father's Day, I'm sure. So, self-preservation, I don't know. Maybe. But here's the crazy part. I've knocked on, and this isn't about knocking on doors. I happen to be using that as an example. But I've knocked on tens of thousands of doors. And every time, almost every single time I've done it, it turned out to be a fruitful experience for me. Muhammad says, lazy to do research. You know, I have an interesting spin on that. I think people aren't inherently lazy. The people that you would look at and go, oh, he's just like that because he's lazy. I don't think it's lazy. I think it's fear. They're afraid of something. Look, if I told anybody, and I'll use money as an example, if I told anybody, besides somebody who has all the money in the world, but if I told the average person, I will give you $1 million, and all you have to do is for the next 7 days, walk 20 miles a day. Every day for the next 7 days. If you walk 20 miles every day for the next 7 days, I will give you $1 million in cash. Every single person would do it. Every person would do it. Now, here's the interesting part. A lot of people would be trying to figure out ways to shortcut it, to circumvent the actual hard work that goes into it. They would. And that's sad. It sucks, but it's the reality of the matter. But here's the thing. Most people would be willing to walk 20 miles a day for 7 days for $1 million. It's that simple. People are generally as scared of success and the responsibility associated as they are scared of failure. I think that people are more afraid of all the work that goes into becoming successful without a promise of the success. That's what I think. I have worked tirelessly 14, 15, 16 hours a day for a long time. And it's just been in the last few years that things started really clicking for me. And I'm still not even close to where I need to be or want to be. Not even close. I have problems. We all do. I have challenges. We all do. But what I have that a lot of people don't have is I have a ferocious form of tenacity. I have a ferocious form of tenacity. I will not give up. I will not give up. I will rest, but I will not give up. I will not give up. And if you, surprising, I heard the majority of people cannot walk more than 5 miles. I don't know. I think for $1 million, most people would figure out how to walk. Go listen to Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins and then come back and tell me that. I don't believe that even a little bit. Like Goggins says in his book, who was a Navy SEAL, who runs ultra marathons, which are 100-mile marathons, by the way. Runs them, not walk. Runs. 100-mile marathons, nonstop. You can't stop until you've ran 100 miles. And there are a lot of ultra marathon runners on this planet. So Palm Mom, I don't think that's true. I think that what David Goggins says is true. He says, when you have reached the absolute end, when you're like, I can't go another step, I cannot make it one more step, and you give up and you quit. Or I cannot do one more repetition when I'm lifting weights, or I cannot do, when you say, I don't have any gas left in the tank, I'm out, I can't do anymore. Goggins says you've only done about 40% of what you're capable of. And I am telling you, I believe that to be 100% the truth. I believe that to be the truth. And here's the cool part. Here's the cool part. You don't have to believe that to be true. You can say, no, man, when I'm done, I'm done. Man, I can't go any further. Okay. Whatever works for you. That's the part that for the longest time, let me get a drink of water. For the longest time, I lived resentful towards people who were wealthy. For the longest time, I lived resentful towards people who were happy. For the longest time, I lived resentful towards people who were athletic. For the longest time. Why? I can tell you why. It's because my excuses for not having those things in my own life personally were greater than my ability to produce the results. And when your excuses are greater than your ability, which is weird because most people haven't even touched 1% of their actual ability, then you're going to produce crappy results in your life and you're going to blame everybody else. It's natural. Again, it sucks that people do that, but it's the reality of the matter. Grant Cardone, who goes out and helps millions of people, gives his time freely all the time. I give my time freely all the time. Has haters. He has haters. I have haters. Doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it, but whatever. Be a hater. I promise you that I'm going to still work hard no matter how much you hate on me. I'm still going to help people no matter how much you hate on me. I'm still going to wake up tomorrow with the dream of becoming something bigger and better than I already am and help more people. No matter how much you hate on me, it doesn't matter. See, that's on you, and that's destroying you, not me. When you hate on somebody, you're not doing anything to them. You're not causing harm to them. You're causing harm to yourself. John, yeah, Doug is at an event in Florida. And that's all I know about that. He sent me a couple of pictures today, this morning. That's all I know, brother. I'm sorry. I can't tell you anymore. So take responsibility for your emotions. And if what the book, A Course in Miracles, talks about is true, which is everything we experience as human beings emotionally can be subcategorized under love or fear, then why don't you take responsibility and try to, my dear friend and brother, Jeffrey Gitomer, the king of sales, author of the Little Red Book of Selling. And I just wrote an opening chapter in his newest book called Go Live. Jeffrey says, resign yourself from the title of ruler of the universe. Resign yourself from that. Take responsibility for your emotions and choose to be happy. Choose that. And it may take reframing a situation. Well, you don't understand. Yes, I do. I promise you I do. I have been through a lot of crap in life. A lot of crap. And here I am. That which does not kill me makes me stronger, and it makes you stronger. And we can choose in the moment, we can choose to be happy. Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. If you haven't read it, you should read it. It's a phenomenal book. It is a life-changing book. Life-changing. Because you'll read that and go, okay, I'm not in I'm not in Auschwitz. I'm not in a German death camp. And he was, and he watched his entire family get slaughtered before his eyes. And he said he realized that, and I'm paraphrasing, so read the book. It's phenomenal. He said, I realized that the German soldiers could take everything from me. But the one thing they couldn't take from me is my mind. Stop allowing life to push you around. Start being intentional. Start being intentional about what you want to create in your life. And when you're intentional about what you want to create in your life, and then you put unbelievable love and unbelievable energy behind it, and an unbelievable work ethic and an unbelievable caring for other people, when you put all of that behind the intentionality of what you want to design or build for your life or create, guess what happens? Absolute magic occurs in your life. Absolute magic will occur in your life. Yes, Palm Mom, Doug sent me a text earlier today, some pictures of him with a couple of celebrities. So Greg Walker, the big dream. Greg Walker knows what I'm talking about. He knows exactly what look at that graphic, the way it looks like I have one of those shout bubbles coming out of my, look, looks like I just said, Happy Father's Day. That's funny. Anyway, hey, you act so happy, or you are. I don't know what you meant to write there. Act or are. Either way, I am very happy. 95% of the time I spend awake, I'm incredibly happy. Incredibly happy. Well, hey, Vicky, thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. All right, listen, I just want to pop on and say Happy Father's Day, Happy Sunday. I hope you guys, every single one of you, you have no idea how much I want to see other people win. You have no idea. I mean, it makes my entire life when I get messages from people that say, Ken, I was barely hanging on, and I heard you, I talked to you, I saw you, I watched you on a live stream, whatever, and something you said touched me in my soul, and it completely changed my life. And now for the past year, my life has been 1,000 times better That's what I live for, is to help other people win and make more money, be happier, create more on this planet. And I am telling you, it's available for each and every one of us. Every single one of us are capable of so much more than we're doing, including me. We're all capable of more. All of us. Vicky, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Victoria, thank you. Thank you. I needed you here tonight, so thank you for being here. Pam, thank you for being here too. All right, no, I don't sleep. Tim, what's going on, Tim Greer? Good to see you, brother. Everybody's asking where Doug is. You seen Doug running around, the frog man? Anyway, listen, I love each and every one of you. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. Excuse me. For those of you who shared this out, you rock. Thank you. I appreciate you sharing this out. And we will, again, make sure you join me and Mark Victor Hansen and his amazing wife, Crystal, tomorrow on Amazon Live. We will be on Amazon Live, as I'm an Amazon influencer, as many of you know. I'm having Mark and Crystal on to talk about their book, which is this book right here, Ask: The Bridge from Your Dreams to Your Destiny. We're going to be talking about their book tomorrow. Doug is in Charlotte. He's flying home. Awesome. Doug is en route to his house. The Frogman will be home, and I'm sure he's got some great stuff to share with people on the Frog News Network. So stay tuned. All right. Hey, you guys have a great night. Thank you for being here. Love you all. Sending you all a lot of blessings and love, and we will